D-Man
How you doing,
here.
guys? Do it.
Just telling you, I hope
Nice
you like
video.
this video.
Yeah,
So let's get in
yeah.
to the
Let's
video.
get into the video.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Hey guys, D-Man here, doing another review on a old movie. The last one was The Neverending Story, and this one is The Dark Crystal, made in 1982. Uh, 2 years before The Neverending Story was made. So that's pretty cool. As I was a child, this used to be my favorite show. And before I get into the whole never-ending story thing, I just want to say Fallout, the video game. I think it took a lot of inspiration for the mirelurks from this movie. Because when I rewatched it, I remember these crab things, and these crab things look almost identical to mirelurks in Fallout. As you can see, they look almost identical. So that's something. That's just a cool little tidbit, I guess. I think the creator of Fallout probably took a lot of inspiration from the Dark Crystal crab people for their Mirelurks. But whatever. Anyways, let's get into the review of the Dark Crystal. Uh, Again, this is an older video, so I'm not gonna spend any time. I'm gonna go right into spoilers. I'm saying. So let me go right into spoilers after I rate this really quick without spoiling it. So without spoiling it, I will rate this, and I will say that the Dark Crystal, uh, 1 out of 10, one being the worst, five being average, 10 being the best. I would have to say I still really like this show, so I'm gonna put it at an 8. The creatures and stuff, the designs of the creatures and stuff, um, they never used to creep me out, and they still don't really creep me out. But I'm assuming to a few people that probably will creep you out. Um, because some of them are pretty kind of creepy, but kind of not at the same time. But anyways, let's get into spoilers. So spoiler alert: if you haven't watched this movie, you should watch it. It's really old, so it's not that hard to find. Uh, I got it off of the same place I got the last one off of, which is Telus, because I have Optic TV, and I rented these both for $5. So $10 I spent on these movies, and yeah, that's it. Although I'm pretty sure you could probably just find it online or whatever, for free probably. But anyways, let's get into the movie with spoilers. So this movie is all about two races. Basically, these bird people that I forgot their names. I'm sorry. I'm not good with names, but these bird people and these four-armed, uh, kind of maybe like turtles or lizards or maybe like a lizard monkey. I don't know. They have four arms, and they're the opposite of the bird people. And we learned why at the end of the story, and why is because the bird people and these are connected. If one of these die, or if one of the bird people die, one of these will die, and then one of the bird people will die. If one of the bird people die, then one of these will die because they're connected, because they are one being, but separated by the dark crystal. This whole object of this movie, the dark crystal, right there, the dark crystal. Because the dark crystal was shattered by their ignorance back when they were whole as a whole species. They shattered the dark crystal. I mean, they shattered the crystal because uh, I think they said they were ignorant or something like that. Oh, sorry about that. They said they were ignorant or something like that. So they shattered it, and one piece flew off, and it became the dark crystal. And originally, I think it's the crystal of power or something like that, or the crystal of knowledge or something like that. But it became the dark crystal, And these two right here, this guy and these bird people separated, and they were originally one, but they separated, and that's how it happened. But they have to send out this guy, which is basically I think it's an elf link or something like that, but it's basically like a elf thing. They send him out to get the crystal shard of the dark crystal to put it back in the dark crystal so they can re-emerge and become these guys, which is what they originally were until they got too cocky and destroyed the crystal in the first place. So they become these guys, which are kind of like ghost guys, I guess. Uh, and they send out the only elf link or elf thing that they could find because he's the only one left of his species because all the bird people killed him because there was a prophecy that said the elfling will kill the bird people eventually in the future. But he's like, nah, I'm gonna save him. At this part, by the end, she gets stabbed and gets killed. But then something happens. But he goes out to fight, to find the crystal and to put it in the crystal, the dark crystal, to save the land, I guess. Because if he doesn't, the three sons will emerge and the bird people will become rulers of all, I guess. Is kind of the plot line. But the peaceful people send him out to do that. He does it, and on the way, he meets this girl right here. He meets this girl, and she's a girl elfling that was saved by, um, as I like to call them, the potato people right here. These are the mindless potato people. There's other potato people like these ones that have minds. But yeah, the potato people saved her and adopted her and took care of her, just like these ancient guys saved him and adopted him and took care of him, because they basically got their whole family murdered and their clan and everything murdered. But these two separate races saved them and adopted them. Um, so yeah, it's pretty cool. And at the end, we get to see that. It's pretty cool. And of course, they become like, I assume, lovers at the end because he cares for her and she cares for him. And there's not like a kissing scene or anything, but there's like an insinuation, I guess, by the end because they're the last of their kind. So who are they gonna date? A potato person? uh, I was just joking. But anyways, it's a really good movie. It's pretty good, really good, I should say. I keep on saying pretty good, but I mean really good. Um, it's pretty exciting, pretty action packed. Not maybe like not super action packed, but there's a lot of like life and stuff. I like to see all the different creatures that they made with puppets and stuff, and I gotta say it holds up more than some of the CGI nowadays. It really does. Like all these puppets and stuff moving through the grass and stuff look really cool. Some look a little bit disturbing, but the majority of them look really cool. So that's what you get to see. Sometimes it looks fake, but most of the time it looks pretty real. So it's actually really cool. This is her dog, by the way, and he's crazy. He has like several sets of teeth, and he's always screaming. He's annoying as hell. That's not in the movie. I have no idea what that is. But yeah, this is like her dog. I think that was a GIF. Yeah, that's a GIF. See, that's him whining when she's leaving. But then she's like, "Okay, come with me." So yeah, this movie is really good. In the end, he ends up saving the place after she gets stabbed because she's like, "My life's not important. Save the place from these evil bird people that are assholes." Because the bird people are assholes. And he does, and of course, in the end, she comes back to life because the crystal of, I forgot its name, brings her back to life. Uh, and this main character, it's really funny because this main character, like, he does something that kind of suits me, that I kind of love because it suits my kind of personality. Because at one point she takes him to meet her family, the potato people, and he's just like, "So what brings you out here?" and sort of thing. He's like, "Oh, I'm on a quest to do to get a crystal and do the something or other at the some place. You know, he says that, and I can totally relate because I would totally be like that too. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm on a quest to do like the something with this thing. Uh, I know where to go. I forgot what the guy said though. I can just totally relate to that. That's hilarious. I love that that guy said that. That's probably like the most relatable point of this movie because I have a really bad memory of like a lot of things. So that would be me saying that if I was in this movie. I'd be like, I'm on a quest to do something with this crystal at the someplace. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I just love that. That's hilarious. But yeah, all in all, I really like this movie. I really like the characters in it. There's a funny scene where she and him jump off a cliff, and she turns out to have a pair of wings. And he's just like, "You have wings." He's like, "Why would I have wings? Like, I'm an elfling." And she's like, "Don't be silly. You're a boy." It's like, what? I guess elfin girls have wings, but boys don't. It's kind of just a weird question. It's kind of funny. But it's just there. I don't know, man. I want wings. That's just a funny little thing there. But yeah, all in all, good movie. Uh, Puppets can be a little bit creepy, but I really like the land and stuff. It's like bustling with these puppet life that you've never really seen before. And the story is actually really good too. It gets a little bit boring at times, but it does draw you in. It does make you want to watch it more. So yeah, it's a good movie. And at the end, uh, they save the world or save the people, and they turn back into these things, turn back into these ghost things, and then they leave. And he and her are left to, they're left to, like, these two are left to make the world again in better places and stuff. And of course, there's a witch, a one-eyed witch that can take out her eye and still see through it. Kind of reminds me of the one-eyed witches off of Hercules. If you ever see that anime, I mean, the cartoon, the movie from Disney. If you ever seen Hercules, there's three witches that have one eye, and they share it, and they can take it out. And just, like, I don't know if they can see still, but she can take out her eye and see. I think this movie came out before that, so they probably like got that aspect from this movie because it's pretty cool. She can see no matter how far away her eye is. That's just a cool little aspect. She's a witch. Uh, or maybe, I don't know if she's a witch or not, but she's something. But yeah, all in all, I really like this movie. I'd rate this an 8 out of 10, as I said. Uh, I just like this movie in general. Anyways, that's my review of The Dark Crystal. Hope you liked it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And as always, my friends, stay sane. A peace.
Hey guys, D-Man here. Just reminding you to subscribe by clicking here. It works on mobile. Or click here to watch my last video. It also works on mobile. Just remember, subscribe and stuff. Alright, bye-bye.